Hi, I'm Helen Hughes, and I am your go to person for all things fun during swimming lessons. I offer loads of different games and activities for preschoolers, parent and me classes, but also higher stages. So make sure you check out my other playlists for the other themes and other games throughout the year. So today I have some ideas to celebrate Chinese New Year that is coming on the 29th. But you could always use these as for the Lantern Festival. You could do it for any other type of celebration. But of course, this is specific. I mean, of course, you could adapt to it. So if you're in your country, if you have specific celebrations, then you can adapt it accordingly. But I really like using Chinese New Year as a great theme for January or for the end of January. And so I have a couple of ideas here for you. I have these lanterns here of where you could produce using these images or something similar to this, of where you print them off, laminate them, and use them what I call play mats. And then you would have pom-poms set out on poolside of where they go and collect them, and then they are decorating their lanterns. You could add in yellow ones as well, or gold, of where they're putting the golds and the reds on here, which is a fantastic way of getting them, encourage them to go and get something. So moving their legs, blowing their bubbles at the same time as well, or it could be a warm-up activity, whichever way you would like to add it into your lessons at what part. So fantastic. Other things that I've got here that you could do as well, another playmat idea, that is decorating the snake. It is the year of the snake this year. Last year was dragon, and I do have another video about dragons if you would like to add in dragons. Chinese, part of their sort of traditions is using dragons as well. So it gives you a couple of ideas on that other one of what you could add in also about dragons. But here we have the snake. And again, you could use pom-poms, or you could use anything else that you have, what I class as called loose part play, of different elements, or what I call materials, of where they can go down and collect and then bring back and put them on their play mats. It could be a variation of lots of different things. I use things like teething toys, I use things silicone based, and also pom-poms and things like that. Balls generally sort of roll off, if you like, so unless you do have a pretty pattern here and then have a bowl to the side of it, and it could be the snake's food instead of, or it could be something else that they want to go and collect to bring back for this particular sort of style of activity. Other things as well is they have red envelopes. It's good fortune in the Chinese New Year to provide or to give the young children that aren't married money. So they would put money in the envelope. Looking up the history and tradition of that is actually really quite lovely. Unfortunately, there is no money in these envelopes, but you could potentially make another game out of it, of where you do make slight envelopes of where they have to go and find the envelopes with money in. That could be another activity. But for this occasion, I've just cut out on craft foam, red, of course, as you can see, and I've drawn on there the symbol. You could do the symbol of good fortune on there. There are a couple of other different symbols that you can create and put on there, and then they're learning a little bit of Chinese as well. You can also add on some lists at the back, or you could put a number on here of where then goes with a skill sheet that you may have to the side of it. So they may go and collect some, bring it back, and there's a number on it, and they go from what number it is on the skill sheet. Another way of adding in these skills as well is making fortune cookies. Again, on my previous video, it showed about making fortune cookies, and using craft foam is done. It's really quite easy to do. Just need some glue, hard glue to stick them together. But that's another way as well of using lots of different colorful cookies there for them to do their skill sets. A couple more. Their noodles could be turned into snakes, and you could do lots of sort of directional work with them. And you can add things like socks, old socks, over the top of the noodles so it looks like snakes. Or you could wrap round, some sort of hair bubbles or something like that to make it look like a snake, or even elastic bands or anything like that. You can even, if you want to, add in a little bit of a tongue at the end there, depending on how elaborate you wish to go for your lessons. But simple sock or some hair ties going along the noodles, and they can pretend to be on their snakes going in all different directions. So directional work is fantastic with that. Last thing that I've got here are some snake eggs, and they basically go and collect the eggs, and inside there is either surprise in there, you could put a little snake in there, you've got some sensory worms that you could put in there that could be snakes, and that they open it up and then there's their baby snake inside. Or other things that I've got here as well is little things like this, of where you can actually then have a series of these, and they actually then start creating more, and a very, very long snake in there. Not all of these fit in the eggs, but you could have these on the side of where they then go collect the egg, but then they also go and find some others like this, of where they then start creating their own snakes. So purposeful play, amazing for this age group. They absolutely love it, and it means that you can actually focus on skill sets that you're working on, but in such a playful way. But they have that purpose and that drive and that determination of wanting to get what they're going to be getting this way. So I hope you enjoyed those, a few ideas there of what you could do for Chinese New Year. If you do like these videos, then why not subscribe? Make sure you also like this video too, or you can always hit the notification bell as well. I do bring out videos weekly, sometimes more, so you are definitely in for a treat every week. There are also higher stages games as well that I do put on here, so make sure you go and check out those playlists. They are fantastic for higher stages and for the older children, and they also need to have purposeful play in their swim lessons as well. Go check those out, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.